Hi there and welcome. If you're watching this video, you're probably either part of our Palm Valley Gymnastics and Dance family, or maybe someone else that I'm friends with or that I'm family with recommended to you. Maybe it's Taryn and Kevin Johnson, or maybe you've come in the office and somebody says you really need to watch this video. We have something that can help you. Anyways, welcome. I'm probably going to be talking super fast. Excuse my rasp. I've had 3 vocal cord surgeries before I got into all this natural stuff, and I ended up having a tumor on my vocal cords. Thank the Lord, I still have a voice, so I like to use it, and I want to tell you my story and how I got started with Young Living. First of all, I always believe to tell people my story is the most important thing, because why else would you buy this stuff? I mean, honestly, when somebody first told me an oil could help me with this or that, I didn't believe him. And I kind of thought it was a bunch of like hocus pocus type witchcraft stuff. Or maybe things that, they think you think it in your mind, so then it makes it go away. But now that I've been with the company for so long, and I can't believe I'm doing sales, because I used to absolutely hate anything to do with sales. It's definitely not my, it's definitely my weakness is trying to get somebody to buy something, because I'm always trying to get somebody to get something cheaper if possible. And so when I decided that I was going to do this, you know that it kind of has to be real, because it's the last thing I ever thought I was going to do, especially at this point in my life. All our kids have left the nest. So I have to go back a little ways to tell you where I started. And I'm going to try to do it in the fast route of telling you. So my son, our youngest, came home from a soccer camp at Notre Dame University. You know, you think Notre Dame, prestigious. Well, he came home with a little skin thing that infected all of us. Was humiliating, embarrassing. I'd never heard of it before. In fact, I thought it was something you get from a relationship. Had no idea you could just get it from somebody else having it in your home. Everybody in my home contracted it. We all went to the dermatologist. We all did the regimen that you're supposed to do when you get these. I'm not supposed to say the names of diseases, so I'll just tell you it rhymes with rabies. It's not rabies. It itches. It's horrible. They love to attack you in the worst, most humiliating places. And everybody else in my house did the regimen and it worked. For me, it never did. I even had to do the oral route, which is extremely strong. It makes you extremely sick. Usually what you do to get rid of them, you put on topically. I had already done that route 6 times and got nowhere. They sent me to Johns Hopkins. They thought maybe it was part of my autoimmune issue, that why I couldn't get rid of these things. So I was desperate. A friend, actually, an ex-dancer of mine, told me about that she had started these oils. I looked something up about them that said someone else had tried them for the same thing and had luck with it. And I was desperate. We had already spent crazy amounts of money on trying to get these things to get off and out of my skin. And I said, okay, $160 for a kit. That's nothing compared to what all we've already spent. I'll do anything. Put the oils in my bath, mixed them with some Epsom salt, because I was afraid to put them straight on my skin, because I didn't believe in them. I was very skeptical, but I said, well, I'll try it in the bathtub with the Epsom salt, like it says to, and see if anything happens. Long story short, 4 days later, they were gone. It had taken over my entire summer. It had taken over part of my sanity. So yes, I became a believer, but I did not still want to sell these things. I didn't have time for it in my life to sell and share about it. But the truth is, all the parents in the gymnastics and dance world that's kept seeing me, we have quite a large business. Thank you, God bless us with it. We see a lot of parents, we see a lot of children, and they saw me and my skin, and then they saw me healed out of nowhere when I had been suffering for so long. So yes, people started asking me, I started telling them. Before I knew it, yes, a lot of people were buying these things under me, and I thought, well, I guess I'm doing this thing. I still didn't really go the route of selling or really sharing that much until I actually went to a convention, learned about the creator behind these oils, which I only do Young Living. Everything I'm talking about is Young Living. I know now that there's a huge difference between Young Living's oils and any other oils. I did my research. I looked up the year that Young Living started, first of all, which is what I would always suggest you do, is usually just like in the pharmaceutical world, there's knockoff brands. Sometimes knockoff brands are just as good, right? And they're cheaper. In the oils world, they're not. If you're not getting exactly what was planted from the seed in the ground and tended to the natural way, no pesticides, no chemicals, and then put into a bottle and sealed and made sure it was tested and then tested by a third party, then you shouldn't trust what's in the bottle. Because most of the time, those cheaper ones, it's because it's only 5% of the oil in there, and then they've adulterated the rest with a cheaper oil, or sometimes even chemicals, which is why what you're trying to get away from. So I'm only talking to you in this video about Young Living essential oils. You can use oils in all different ways. You can use them topically. You can use them aromatically. So like back there, you're seeing the diffuser. That's one way. Or you can just open a bottle, smell it. That's also aromatically. Or you can put it on your hands and use it, kind of yoga style. So, and then of course you can ingest them. And I'll be honest, I didn't trust any of the ingesting ways at the beginning either until I did my own research, till I went to my own convention, till I made sure what the heck I was getting myself into, right? Because why would I put something down my throat that's already been through so much turmoil when I knew it worked for my skin, but how did I know it was trusting to go all the way through to my gut and through this voice, esophagus and the whole 9 yards that I had already had issues with. So there's my story. There's tons of stuff out there. I love the fact that I have such a great upline that can give you any information that you need. I would absolutely, with the research that I have done myself, not trust any other brand but Young Living. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but that's because they're absolutely seed to seal, which is beyond organic. We mean exactly what we planted in the ground. We plant ourselves. We own our own farms. We're happy for you to go and visit those farms at any time, and nobody else can say that. So that's why I was able to trust this company the way I do and get into it as much as I have, even though I absolutely resisted getting into it from day one. So I'm going to go over a little bit about the best way that I feel like to get into the oils, to start trying them. Maybe you've already tried something and said, hey, this worked. I want to know more about them. So I'm going to go kind of fast with you now. This is what comes in a premium starter kit. Premium starter kit starts at $165. Usually it's plus shipping and handling. This month of October, they're giving you shipping free. Then I'm also giving you, for being under me or anyone in my team, a free orange oil. This is great when it's blended with several of the different other oils that are coming in your kit, because it'll give a nice fall blend. And it's so much better to do using that diffuser to make your scents, or spray bottles, such as one of these that I'm also giving free, except it's going to say nice gold labeling thieves there. So much better than using candles or all the different sprays that other people use to try to make things smell better around their home, that I had no idea were filled with so many chemicals. I was horribly, I guess you would say, battling migraines at the time when I started the oils also. And I had no idea that all the chemicals that I was using on my body, all the soaps, shampoos, candles, sprays, things I cleaned my house with, everything you can imagine was also contributing to my migraines as well. Of course, I still get them. I'm not saying I totally don't get them anymore. I just get them so much less, like huge amounts less. And then once I do get them, I have my own little regimen, an oil called M-Grain that usually kicks my migraine to about 30%, which I can function like that. Whereas before, once I got the migraine, I was out. You know, go home, get in the dark, somebody knock me out, please. So I've learned little things here and there, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about, starting first of all with the oils themselves that are going to come in the kit. You might say $165, but this is 12 oils. That diffuser comes with it free, which the diffuser alone is a $75 value. And then you're going to get 12 oils plus 2 packs of our Ningxia Red, which I'll be talking about, and a little hand sanitizer made also of our Thieves essential oil. So much better than using the hand sanitizers you see or buy like in the grocery store, Target, Walmart. So much better because those are also made from alcohol, which does a lot of drying of your hands. This is 99.9%, just like the ones in the grocery store, but so much better for you. And also the smell is so much nicer. You're gonna love it. So all those things come in the kit, plus the 2 freebies I'm going to give you, and this month is free shipping. Let's get to the oils. First oil, I'm going to have to put on my readers here, excuse me for a minute. Lavender, it's called the Swiss Army knife of all the oils. Great for sleep, great for calming, great for skin. It was one of the things I used in the bath and part of the regimen that I used when I had to get rid of the things that were attacking my skin. Next oil is lemon. Lemon is great for anything digestion. It's also great when you have kids in your house who decide to use either crayons, markers, whatever it is that they weren't supposed to be writing on. Great for getting that off. Lemon is also awesome. Let's say that you have a bottle and it has a label on there that maybe had a price tag or something, and you want to get that off, but then it leaves that little sticky stuff. Lemon oil, just one little drop of that lemon oil, wipe it, gets off all that sticky stuff. Great for anything sticky to get rid of. And like I said, lemon is also great as a digestive aid. So it helps things moving along in the digestion. And the third one is peppermint. Peppermint is awesome for oh my gosh, so many things. Peppermint is one we are never out of. Actually, these first 3, I talked about them first because we do not ever run out of these 3 in our home. Peppermint is awesome for anything respiratory. It's also anything great for if you're wanting to get rid of rodents or anything creepy crawly, spiders, insects hate peppermint. There's just, it's a great invigorating scent. So also to wake up in the morning, it's super. When you put these 3 that I talked about first together, the lemon, the lavender, the peppermint, we call it LLP for short. Put it together in your diffuser. It's also great for clearing up your sinuses. So a lot of times I'll get a little roller ball like one of these and I'll fill it with those 3. And then if I notice my sinuses are acting up or allergies are acting up really bad, I'll use it and roll it like on my temples or anywhere under my ears, wherever I'm feeling like I'm having a lot of drainage happening. And then my son, for instance, he has horrible sinus issues all the time. He diffuses that in his diffuser, the LLP, lemon, lavender, peppermint, every night. And we've been doing that since he was a freshman in high school, and he's now a sophomore in college. So together with the Ningxia Red drink, which we'll be talking about more again, we have gone down so much in what we've had to use on his allergies. That kid was like my take everything under the sun to try to get his allergies calmed down by the end of the day. And then we were still having to use like Benadryl or something at night. And now we've cut down so much on that. So I am so thankful to these oils from more than just myself. We use them on my whole family now. Okay, I'm moving on next to Citrus Fresh. Citrus Fresh also has lemon in it. It's a blend. It's a blend of several of our different citrus fragrances and oils together. Great for deodorizing. So what I do now is I don't use, here's one way I use it the most. I don't use anything in the dryer except a dryer ball. And then I put the couple drops of Citrus Fresh on those dryer balls and I throw it in the dryer. Because dryer sheets, honestly, look it up. I didn't believe this either until I started this little Young Living Oils thing. Look up what's in those dryer sheets. Formaldehyde, not something you should be having in your body till you're going 6 feet under. So Citrus Fresh is a great deodorizer. It's also amazing, another amazing scent that's very invigorating if you're needing like a wake up in the middle of the day. One way to use it without ever, even using a drop of it is just inhale it straight from the bottle. Very cheap and it works to help wake you up. The next oil I'm going to talk about is Thieves. Thieves is great for anything trying to get rid of those nasty germs. So we use this a lot on the bottom of our feet when somebody else is sick in the household, so the rest of the household doesn't get it. We also use it in our mouth. It's great on any kind of canker sore. It also comes in a spray, and I use that at the first sign of ever getting anything that feels like a scratchy or sore throat. Yes, it burns for a few seconds, but you're absolutely fine. Anything that has one of these white labels means it's safe to ingest. I will tell you right now that most oils you will see in any store or from any other company in large letters say do not ingest. That's your first sign that something's wrong with that oil company. So that's Thieves. Thieves has an entire line of cleaning products, which you're gonna get a free little sample. It's gonna be about this size, and it's our Thieves cleaner. All you do is use a little capful of this Thieves cleaner to clean every inch of your house. Toilets, floors, countertops, refrigerators, anything you can think of that is an all-in-one cleaner. So, and it's all natural. So if your kids drop something on the floor and they pick it back up and put it in their mouth, you don't have to worry that they just put Pine Sol, Lysol, or whatever you use to clean with in their mouth. They put Thieves in there and they're okay. They're safe. So Thieves, we also use their hand soaps. It has its whole line. There's even a kit if you don't want to get the oil kit, the premium starter kit. You can get a different starter kit that's just the Thieves line. It has all the cleaners. It also has a whole thing of oral care that comes with it too. Okay, next oil is Raven. Raven is amazing for anything respiratory. Raven, respiratory, RR, that's how I always remember it. I use that when I hear people with that like nonstop cough. That's just like annoying and annoying for the person that's in the room with them also. So Raven is great for respiratory. It's also got properties in there that if you have issues with anything lung-wise, is awesome also. Next oil I'm going to talk about is Peace and Calming. It's exactly what it sounds like. Helps with the, nervousness, calming down, even known to lower the blood pressure, things like that. Peace and Calming is great. Sometimes some people, instead of lavender, like Peace and Calming for their nighttime sleep oil. They stick that in their diffuser instead of the lavender. To each his own. My husband is a cedarwood person for his nighttime oil, but I am more of a Peace and Calming person. Valor, this is what I use for all my students right before they compete. So anytime they're nervous and they need a boost in confidence, I use Valor. But Valor is also amazing, and we call it like chiropractor in a bottle. So anytime you need to work on your alignment, and using this like right before a chiropractic treatment is amazing. It is just great for so many things, which, you know, when you think about it, you stand up more erect when you're feeling confident, but you're also vice versa. So Valor is one of my favorite scents, and it's also known to help as well with emotions like anxiety, depression, things like that. A lot of people use Valor for as well. There is an oil that I will be totally honest with you, I can't stand the smell of, but if you have stomach issues, put a little bit of that on your tummy, or swallow a little bit, 1 drop in 6 ounces of water, and I swear, Digize oil, Digestin, Digize, get it, works every time for tummy issues. And you and I both know when you're either leaning over the bathroom one way or the other way, it's not fun. Some of us have more trouble, you know, the opposite, needing things to move. Either way, Digize is just a balancer. It balances out the digestive system. Like I said, I would not put it in my diffuser. I personally don't like the smell of it, but when I'm that sick, you bet I'm gonna go looking for my Digize. Next oil is Stress Away. Stress Away is exactly what it sounds like. One of my favorites. I probably put it in my diffuser at my desk the most of all of the oils, because that's when I get probably the most stressed, is doing the paperwork part of work. So I love coaching the kids, but I get super stressed when I have to do the office stuff. So Stress Away is amazing. It's also great, one of those, just take a whiff and you're kind of like, oh, get back in your Zen moment, right? A little bit. This one, Panaway, this one is always what gets either men or is great for older people or anybody that has like arthritic issues. It used to be called Pain Away. They made us change it to Panaway instead. But it's actually got a pain cream that we can call Pain Cream now, that my husband uses because he's a football ref. Next year will be his 30th year of football refereeing. He uses that before he starts a game. He uses it at halftime. He uses it as soon as he's out of the shower after a game, because yes, you know, when any kind of sport, you're sore, the joints are aching, anything like that. I've had an older gentleman tell me that he hadn't been able to golf in 4 years. And that was like one of his favorite hobbies in life, was to golf. And he hadn't been able to. He started with using Panaway, and now he uses also the Panaway cream. I am so excited for him. He's been able to go back to his passion of golf. So definitely an elderly gentleman that you would think would be past the age where he could still golf, and he's able to still do what he loves thanks to the oils. So I know you may be skeptical. I know you may be saying this lady's crazy. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on oils, but I'm telling you this because the only reason I started sharing it is because how much it's changed my life. I was having one issue after the other when I got diagnosed with all these autoimmune things popping up. And I was on several prescriptions that I was able to taper off of. Do I not go to a doctor? Yes, of course I still go to a doctor. Of course I still have to use modern medicine. But these have kept me from having to go every 2 weeks like I was going. And I mean, you name it, I was getting it. Whether between infections, kidney stones, rashes like crazy. And all of this has helped me just lead a healthier lifestyle so I can get back to doing the things that I love and be with my students, be with my family more, and not be stuck in either a hospital or a bed on painkillers, which none of us want to be, right? So the last thing I did say that I would talk about is the Ningxia Red. I I don't know if I could go back in time and know what I know now if I wouldn't have bought this kit, the Ningxia Red kit that comes with the bottles and all these packets, like 30 of them. If I might have bought these instead of the oils. I love the oils. I have oils everywhere in my house. I probably own 15 diffusers, I'm not exaggerating. But Ningxia Red has truly changed all of my family's life. And it didn't at the beginning. It only comes with 2 packets in your kit. And 2 packets for where I was and where my body was didn't do anything. I didn't notice a change at all. I didn't notice a change in my energy. I didn't notice a change in it helped support eye support. I didn't notice a change in blood sugar levels, which it also helps support. And I didn't notice a change in my digestive system. But later on, a friend bought me a 30-day supply, and I said, okay, I'll do it. You're giving it to me free. Day 7 of that challenge, I started noticing something that I'd never had in my life ever before. And that was that I was having normal digestion. You know, all of us usually are on one end or the other on our digestion. And excuse me for the frankness, but I'm just gonna say, we're either usually diarrhea or we're constipation, right? These little things act like probiotics for me, for my husband, for my son, for my daughter, couldn't even tell you how many members of our family use it. And we all have noticed that finally, for the first time in our lives, we have a schedule of using the restroom. But I can also give you story after story of people coming in wanting to buy these packets because they swear by it for energy levels, you know, increasing. Also, I've had a little old lady come in and tell me her story of how she's had diabetes her whole life and how much better her blood sugar levels have been since she started with the Ningxia Red. So I could go on and on about, if you don't notice anything with the 2 packets and you're like me, it's probably that you need to do more than just, 2 days worth. So what I would strongly suggest is once you get your kit, there's going to be a next part of it that says use that first premium starter kit as your first order on Essential Rewards. That's a monthly shipment program. And at first you're saying, oh, she's already getting started, right? She already wants me to buy monthly. No, actually, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get out of that if you want to. So here's what I would do. I would buy the premium starter kit. And then anything that you know you need, like whether it's the M-Grain for migraines or the more Ningxia Red than just the 2 packets, or maybe you want to start with some of the cleaning products. Put that in your kit for the next month. If you buy the kit, you don't like it, you don't want to go on the monthly shipment program, that next month before the day that you pick, because you get to pick the day, and you get to pick exactly what you want in the kit. Young Living doesn't pick that for you, you get to choose that. So if you don't like it, you don't want to stay on the monthly shipment program, it's a 30-second phone call. Call them, tell them your member number, say, I decided I can't afford it, or I don't want to do this, or whatever you want to say. They're not going to ask you any questions. They're just going to cancel it, and they'll never charge your credit card again. But you got 10 points for doing that. So for when you do your first order, if you go ahead and say that you're going to join the monthly shipment program, they're going to give you 10 points of free product for your next month. And then for the first 3 months being on Essential Rewards, you get 10% back. So if you spent that $100, you get 10 points. The next 6 months to 23 months, you get 20% back. So if you spent $100, you get $20 in points back. And then after 2 years, which is where I am at this point, I get 25% back. So I'm a little points hoarder, and I save up my points, and then I wait and I buy gifts because I use Young Living for things that I don't ever go to the store for anymore. I use it for my face wash. I use it for my hand soaps. I use it for oral care. I use it for dental floss. I use it for what I wash my clothes with. I use it for what I will wash our dishes in. Everything that I use it for the soap. I use it for shampoo. I use it for the lotions. You name it. I use it for our, obviously, cleaner. You name it, I use Young Living for now. And I ditched what I used to buy in the grocery store, and now I buy it with Young Living. And Young Living gives me points back for it, so I could get more free stuff. Target, you're not doing that for me. Walmart, you're not doing that for me. My local grocery store, you're not giving me free stuff back. You're not giving me little 75-cent coupons. This is $10 and $20 and $25 back. So yes, I love our program. I love everything about Young Living. I love the people that I get, that I've made friends with all the different conventions, and they've sent me on free retreats. You are gonna love being part of this family. Not just about how much the oils and switching to a healthier lifestyle is gonna help you, but you're gonna love the people you meet through it. I didn't believe that. I thought, my life is busy enough. I don't really need to be making more friends. But I just absolutely love it. And we have so much in common. And they're good, God-fearing people. Gary Young, I got to actually meet before he passed away. Everything he did, he planted himself first, tested himself first, and he always gave God the glory for it. That's what I fell in love with about the company, even more than what it did for my body. So, I'm up. My 30 minutes is past time. If you want any more information, feel free to reach out to me or whoever shared this video with you, and let me help you get started on this journey. I promise you won't regret it. Have a great day, great night,